Vanderpump Rules cast member Charli Burnett's been a major part of the season and gave an in-depth interview to Rolling Stone where she dropped bombs. Vanderpump Rules cast member Charli Burnett has been featured on the series for a few seasons and gave an explosive interview to Rolling Stone about her experience with the Scandoval drama. After Tom Sandoval's scandalous affair with Raquel Leviss was exposed to not only Ariana Madix but the entire world, things changed rapidly for the Vanderpump Rules cast. Not only was every moment of Vanderpump Rules Season 10 analyzed for context, but many went back into the archives of the series to see signs of Tom's true nature. While Tom was dissected throughout the series, there was less to go on with Raquel. Raquel has been part of the show since its 5th season but became a main cast member during Vanderpump Rules Season 9. After her engagement to James Kennedy ended, many figured Raquel's cast relationships would deteriorate. Fortunately for Raquel, she made a huge impression on the Vanderpump Rules cast, and her relationships with cast members like Ariana and Sheena Shea were tight, while James moved away from the friend group. Throughout Vanderpump Rules Season 10, it became clear that the majority of the friend group was siding with Raquel, but a majority of her scenes were with Charli, who questioned her about her relationship with Tom from the start. Charli has known Raquel for years from their time in pageants. Early in her interview with Rolling Stone, Charli explained her pre-existing relationship with Raquel as well as how she came to be on Vanderpump Rules. First, Charli spoke about how she was cast. As an actor working in Los Angeles, Charli had exposure with casting agents. When someone got in contact with her about auditioning for an undisclosed reality series, she didn't think much of it, but when she found out later that it was Vanderpump Rules, she wasn't sure about joining. Charli explained while she didn't have much hospitality experience, after a few years, she finally decided to join the cast at SUR. While Charli's experience getting onto Vanderpump Rules may have taken some time, she did have connections on the show before her casting. Raquel has notably spoken about her experience in the pageant circuit throughout her time on the series, even having brought the Vanderpump Rules cameras to one of her last pageants. Charli originally met Raquel in the pageant circuit, explaining that seeing Raquel crying about having to leave the pageant world after aging out was jarring. "It was weird to me when she was crying about that," Charli explained. "It'd be different if you almost won, but you've never even placed in the top 5. Tom and Raquel were planning to pull away from Vanderpump Rules. According to Charli's interview, she believes that after the original wrap for Vanderpump Rules Season 10, Tom and Raquel were planning on moving away from the main cast after telling Ariana about their affair. During the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 final, Tom told Lisa Vanderpump that he and Raquel had planned on telling Ariana about their affair before the reunion was scheduled to be filmed. He explained he felt like neither he nor Raquel would be able to speak freely if they didn't tell Ariana, and didn't want her to defend the many as she did throughout Vanderpump Rules Season 10. During Charli's interview, she discussed that Raquel was trying to get closer to her before the reunion was filmed. Charli wasn't in the original Vanderpump Rules Season 10 final, which featured a party at SUR to celebrate the impending opening of Ariana and Katie Maloney's sandwich shop, Something About Her. Charli was distanced from the cast for some time after. A few months later, at a Vanderpump Rules premiere party, Raquel tried to socialize with Charli instead of other cast members she was typically closer to. Charli explained, "I'm starting to realize they had a plan to slowly pull away. Now looking back, even that night seems calculated." Tom convinces people what they're doing is ok. While Charli has only been on Vanderpump Rules for a few seasons, her time with the cast has given her insight into their behavior. Tom, for example, is someone she says consistently felt thrown off by. While Tom hasn't worked with SUR for several years, Charli saw him at group events and at TomTom, which helped her form an opinion on his personality and see the shift in his behavior when the affair with Raquel began. Overall, Tom's nature seems suspicious to Charli, who explained that the last year now kind of feels like we were all pawns in Tom's little game. Charli continued later in the interview, discussing how strongly she felt about Tom and Raquel's duplicitous behavior, but explaining that she believes Tom is the mastermind in the situation. She said that while Raquel has done some terrible things, it's clear Raquel was manipulated. Tom has to have these cult leader vibes, where he convinces people what they're doing is ok, Charli explained. I think it's a very dark, twisted mind control game, and I honestly hope she gets out of it. 2. Charli affirms just how close Raquel and Ariana's friendship was. While most Vanderpump Rules viewers see that Raquel and Ariana were close friends, others are wondering if that narrative was built up to make the fallout from Scandoval seem like an even worse betrayal. By questioning the nature of Raquel and Ariana's friendship, some can make the argument that what Raquel did to Ariana was less of a betrayal than it's been played out to be. Raquel's relationships with both Sienna and Ariana have been depicted on Vanderpump Rules, but it's clear that there was more to their interactions than what was seen on screen. When discussing just how deeply Raquel had betrayed Ariana, Charli was quick to speak on how close the pair once were. According to Charli, Ariana invited Raquel to live with her and Tom for a time when Raquel had no place to go. She helped Raquel deal with some family issues, most of which haven't been disclosed on Vanderpump Rules. Further, between Ariana and Sienna, Raquel had an apartment paid for by her co-stars when she was having a tough time after her breakup with James. Their friendships were significant, and the caregiver roles filled by both Ariana and Sienna were taken for granted by Raquel alone. Everyone hates Tom and Raquel, but that could change. Throughout the years on Vanderpump Rules, dramas have come and gone, storylines have shifted, and the cast's allegiances to one another have changed. There have never been any true lines in the sand when it comes to friendships, but with Scandoval, that seems like it will likely change. Though Tom has done what many cast members have done before, most notably his ex Kristen Doute and fellow Vanderpump Rules alum Jax Taylor during Vanderpump Rules Season 2, it's even more heinous now than it was a decade ago. With the longevity of Tom and Ariana's relationship, his and Raquel's actions have sent the cast into a tailspin. Charli was candid about the fact that she wasn't sure about returning for Vanderpump Rules Season 11, but also explained that she believes the cast dynamics will change in the coming year. Old cast members are rumored to come back, Charli explained, then continued, "I think that with this group, a lot of people flip-flop. I'm actually curious to see if everyone still stays friends like they are right now. Everyone has a really core strength because we all hate Tom and Raquel, but we also know how that goes." For Charli, it seems clear that while the dynamics may change, the drama bonding the cast will still be underlying.